Good evening, everybody, or good afternoon, or good morning. It depends which part of the world you are in. This is Ashraf Osman, and this is another post of my blog. The blog is titled "To Sell is to help customers achieve goals, solve problems, or capture lost opportunities," because I believe this is what we should do as sales professionals. The image of the salesperson as the guy who comes in with the dollar sign in his eyes and he wants to take my money is a wrong image, and it's about time that we change it, basically, because as sales persons, without us nothing happens. You can have the perfect product, you can have the best thing in the world, but unless you sell it to customers and take money against it, nothing happens, basically. Sales persons are very important to any organizations. I'm proud to be a salesperson. I've been practicing sales for the past 30 years, and it's my pleasure really to write posts and hope that people will benefit out of what I do, actually. Basically, I represent a Canadian company called Quota Sales Performance System, and Quota does sales training using gamification. It's the global leader in this area. As a matter of fact, it's been doing this for the past 8 years, whereas people are now discovering that gaming or gamification is something that should reformulate training, and actually applications will use the gamification technology. But that's not our subject. Our subject today is basically the value creation. Because, as we said, if we do not add value to our customers, then we become commodity sellers. So if a customer tells you, for instance, I would like to have Wi-Fi in my company, and I have 3 branches in 3 cities, and I would like to have Wi-Fi network, for instance. If you say, oh yeah, we have wonderful Wi-Fi, we have all sorts of Wi-Fi, we have blue Wi-Fi, red Wi-Fi, yellow Wi-Fi, the customer will tell you, okay, I mean there are no colors in Wi-Fi, but basically it's talking about features. So I will tell you, give me a proposal, and off you go. Then you are a commodity sales reps. Do not hope for any margins, because you have placed yourself as a commodity salesperson, where the only value is the price. The differentiator in commodity is the price. So the value creation, it's a subject that is discussed in a book called Account Planning in Salesforce. It's the author is Donald Daly. And it's a wonderful book. I strongly recommend that you all read it, guys. It's mainly how to do account planning using Salesforce.com, but I find it full of information, and I thought I would share with you this chart, and we talk about it because it's on the money, as a matter of fact. The chart is called mutual value chart, and it talks about the investment by customer and the investment by you. So as you see, the x-axis here is investment by customer, and here is investment by you. And by investment, we mean investment in time, in effort, in money, okay? And so is the same about the investment that you put. So if your customer investment in the sales process is 0 or very low, and your investment is high, which means that you're spending a lot of time with the customer, you're inviting him to events, you are bringing specialists and subject matter experts, then basically you're here because he's not investing as much with you. So it's a waste. It's over-resourcing, as the author calls it. And this is not good, because it means that he's not spending time with you, he might be spending time with somebody else. And it's on the other way around. If the customer is investing a lot of effort in the subject, and your investment is 0 and your presence is 0, then it means that there is a competitive vulnerability here, because it means that he's spending this time and effort is spent with somebody else. So one of the alarming signs is, for instance, when you invite your customer to an event that your company does, and he sends a junior member, okay? This is a bad sign, because it means he's not investing money, he's here, okay? If you go and ask to do a presentation on subject, and the customer himself, the decision maker or the influencer or the guys that are part of taking the decision are not there, and you find some juniors, again, it means they are not investing time and effort with you, and it's an alarming sign. So the thing is, the customer spends a lot of investment, which is time and effort, and you're not spending, then your competitors will take the business, and it's the other way around. You're spending, then you're wasting your time with this customer. Either you requalify the opportunity again, and see if there is value in what you're offering. Maybe the image of your company is not the image that the customer perceives as someone who adds value. Value is extremely important, because when you help your customer achieve what he has in mind, then you become his partner. And as you see, this is the area, this is the healthy area. So if you're somewhere here, it's very good, it's good news. If it's low here in the chart, it means that both of you are not investing or minimum effort. Then it becomes intrinsic, internal. Lowering cost, for instance, is an intrinsic thing, because there is no new value added. It's just tweaking the amount of money they spend on something, and they want to lower it. It still has value, but it's not as good as this area here, which is the extrinsic. And I have a good example. I know an elite salesperson who went to his customer, which is an electricity company, and who told him, Mr. Customer, your collectors, the readers, the guys who take actually the reading of the electricity meters, are using more than one reader, because you have 3 different meters providers. So 3 companies provide 3 different kinds of meters. And what I will do is I will shorten the cycle, I will improve the productivity of the readers, and I will give you one reader with some software that I will develop. This reader will read the consumption of electricity from more than one. You have 3 providers of meters, it reads from the 3. So for the customer, it meant that the person leaves the premises and he passes by his territory, and he reads, for instance, 50 meters, he'll be able to read 150 meters. Okay, so it's improvement of productivity. When you read more readers, you feed them in the system, it means you collect your revenue faster. Okay, so he created a new value here, which is extrinsic to the organization. And the highest level is basically creating extraordinary value, which is basically strategic value. When you say strategic, and one of the things that I always tell my students is sit with your customer. You would love to know exactly how much money he's spending, but you don't want to go and tell him what are the projects, what's the budget, but you tell him what are the new initiatives. And an initiative is basically a response to external forces. These external forces can be competition, these external forces could be economy. Okay, so an initiative could be in the form of, okay, we are a European company with branches in Spain, in Portugal, in Greece, and other countries, and all of a sudden our business is going down the drain because these companies are facing economical problems, and there is austerity, there is no spending. So our initiative is to open new markets. How about the Middle East markets, for instance? These guys are not affected as much as Southern European countries. So this is an initiative. We would like to reduce the risk of business by focusing on external markets, on new markets in the Middle East. This is an initiative. And then the initiative is it's translated into projects and programs. So what will we do is we close down, for instance, the branch in Greece. My apologies to the Greek people. I have so many friends, but I'm just taking an example. So please don't be offended. And we will open branches in the Middle East. In which countries? Shall we open in Saudi Arabia? Shall we open in Dubai? Shall we open in Egypt and Jordan? So when you tell your customer, or when you ask your customer, what are your initiatives for 2013 or 2014? Immediately you position yourself as a value-adding person. So you're not the salesman who's coming to take his money. You're adding value, and you tell him, we've worked with companies as your own company, and we've learned that the typical challenges are 1, 2, 3, and we help them overcome these challenges by doing this, that, and the other. If you're selling to a hospital, you use references, but don't use references to brag. Tell him, we helped many of your competitors, okay, to reduce costs, to achieve better this, to cure more people, to open new departments, to close losing departments. So you position yourself not as a commodity salesman or salesperson, but as a value creator. And remember always, your job is to help your customers achieve goals, solve problems, and or capturing lost opportunities that they do not know about. So it's a wonderful chart, it's a wonderful book. I strongly recommend reading this book. And if you need anything, please give me an email. I'm always there. Thank you very much. Ashraf Osman.